Uh, Obviously, 11 down is not the way you want to start. This team has a feistiness and a resilience to it. You see it as them just saying, okay, here's the latest challenge, go time.
No, not necessarily. That would discredit, Dallas.
Mhm.
They were getting their way in the first 6 minutes. So you have to credit them. They knocked down 4 threes, and then we had some miscues defensively, and they were able to capitalize on that. Then we just settled in a little bit. I think as the game went on, our defense started to really step up, to the different challenges. You saw a lot more multiple efforts, saw some better one-on-one defense, help side defense, everything. The awareness was much better. And that just carried over into the second half.
I know it's not players taking turns, but I mean, you had Jimmy with the hot start, then Tyler comes in the second, then Bam gets you going in the third. Is it nice to be able to roll through so many different weapons that it doesn't have to be just one guy the whole game, that guys can each do it in sort of their own segments?
Yeah, you want to be able to maximize your offense in all the different ways in your menu without it feeling like you're taking turns. And I don't think anyone would say that about our team. It's an unselfish group. They like sharing the ball. They like enjoying somebody else's success. And if they can help somebody else score, they want to see that happen. Our depth and the multiple guys that can score and put pressure on a defense is one of our strengths. But you have to have guys that want that, that want somebody else to help somebody else score or make it easier for somebody else.
Well, aside from the threes, man, I guess the threes past 2 games, but no turnovers.
Well, this is a high IQ group. It's a group that wants to share. It really is a group that wants, everybody to feel like they're involved, and, where we can maximize our strengths. Again, where it doesn't feel like we're taking turns. Offense in this league is all about efficiency. It's about playing to your strengths and being efficient with it. We've been able to take care of the ball. We've been able to get the ball where it needs to go, when it needs to go there. And guys are able to make plays, accordingly. But there's an unselfishness that helps facilitate that.
Dallas takes a lot of threes. What did you like about the win?
Yeah, I in the first quarter they were getting open ones from miscues, and there was a few more where they had some open ones and just missed them. That's also going to happen because they have a lot of talent, and Doncic does draw a lot of extra help defenders. But I think for the most part, particularly once we got past that first quarter, at least we were there. There's a disposition, there's a presence on the ball. There are extra efforts to be able to try to get to a contest. It's tough in this league. The skill level, the offensive firepower is really good, on every night. And Dallas is an example of that. You have to do a lot of hard things to be able to defend in this league.
Where have you seen the most significant strides from Tyler Hero this season?
The biggest strides were happening during the summer, when nobody was watching. People are just noticing now, from a lot of work that happened behind the scenes. He really prepared, and he always does. He has a monster work ethic, but he had a full off season to really work on his body, to work on his skill level. And you're just talking about, somebody who's who's becoming one of the more skilled players in this league. This league is becoming a skill league. And if you're one of the most skilled players in this league, you're going to be extremely effective and efficient. Is reading defenses, reading coverages, taking what the defense gives him. All of these things are much further along, from his first 2 seasons.
To be able to take Jimmy off the ball as much as you can now, what do you think that's done for him?
We have 2 similar type competitors. the most important thing, about those guys, and you can put Bam in this category as well, is it's all about winning. It's not about stats with these guys. And I think that's so unique. You can talk about it, you can teach it, you can rant about it as much as you want, and it's a league, that's based on celebrating a lot of other things, and rightly so, but ultimately it's about winning, and these guys are about winning. So Jimmy has proven, the last 2 years with us that he can play point guard, that he can help, generate offense and get us into offense and facilitate offense. But when he's playing with a point guard like Kyle, who has a super high IQ, and Jimmy's got an incredibly high IQ, he can play off the ball, and they can, immediately get to aggressive spots, where Jimmy is right in his comfort zone, right in his sweet spot where he can put pressure on the defense. He'll do whatever's necessary. He can morph into whatever you need him to be, whether you want him to defend the best player on the other team, or whether you want him to play point guard, or whether him play off the ball. Jimmy has that kind of versatility IQ that'll find a way to do it and impact winning.
All right, Max, we'll take some via Zoom. Go ahead.
All right, Cooper Moorhead, Heat.com. Go ahead.
Yes, well, I guess a side effect of having four offensive engines that can create offense for you going downhill inside the arc is that your 3-point volume is actually a little bit down as opposed to the last few years. Is that a trade-off that you're happy with? Is getting the diversification of the menu, as you would say?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is your offensive efficiency. Two things. Are you getting to your strengths, and are you doing it efficiently? And that's regardless of whether you're getting it from the 3-point line or, free throw line or at the rim. We have a team that has an aggressive bent by nature. So we want to play to that. And then as teams and defenses start adjusting, we have the 3-point spacing and shooting that when it's needed, there might be some games where we shoot 45, 50 attempts to keep the defense honest. We just have to take what's given.
Thank you.
All right, up next, we have Brady Hawk, 5 Reasons. Go ahead.
Hey, Coach, it seems like Dwayne has really been a release valve for the offense, that when things break down, he's just either found on the roll or on the block late in the shot clock. Just how important do you feel he's been in that role with those specific bench units specifically? He's been so vital, to our team. He's a big, as Pat likes to say, and he makes his presence felt, defensively. He's one of our best communicators, if not our best communicator. He's big at the rim. He protects the rim. He gives us a different kind of feel at that center position, than Bam. And he has a great knack for the ball, offensive rebounding, sliding into open spots, making himself available, so he can finish in the paint. And he has a good touch for a big. Couldn't be happier about the minutes and productivity he's given from that position.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.